When you became heavily addicted, especially after you
Yeah.
relapsed, and it was serious. I mean,
Mhm.
you almost died.
I think that when you're in so much pain that the consequences don't matter to you, you're not thinking about what could happen or what's going to happen to you. You're just in pain and you just want to escape or numb out. And so I put numbing out before everything in my life. And when I choose drugs, I'm choosing them over family, over friends, over my career, over essentially everything. And that's
Because
the way that I use.
Because it helps you destroy any emotion you're going through.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it destroys every feeling, and it takes away the bad feelings that you feel inside, all the pain, all the trauma. It all stems from unresolved work that I hadn't done with my therapist.
You know what freaked me out when I was watching the documentary, and when you OD'd and they put this tube in your neck,
Mm-hmm.
one of the consequences was you could not see. You had such a bad overdose that it affected your vision.
Yeah, so I still actually have vision problems to this day. Like, I don't drive anymore because I have blind spots in my vision. So like
From the overdose.
Yes.
And it hasn't repaired itself.
No, it repaired like significantly more from within the first 3 months of the overdose happening, but then there was residual. And so like when I look at you, if I'm looking at your eyes, I don't see your nose or your mouth. It's
good.
Just like
Can you see my hair?
I can see your hair.
Oh, good.
It's just
Look
like
at that.
right below
Focus.
my focal point.
Yeah.
And it was due to the lack of oxygen to my brain. It killed off some cells that just never repaired.
Do you ever lay in bed at night and go, why the fuck did I do this to myself? I can't drive now. And are you angry with yourself?
A lot of people ask me, like, do you have any regrets in life? And a lot of times I start to answer like, yeah, I wish I didn't overdose because I have hearing impairment. I have vision impairment. And like, that was just an awful thing to put my family and friends through. But I also have to like remember the importance of not living in the past and not having regrets for things.
Yeah.
So I try to remain positive and have like a healthy perspective on what happened to me and just stay in the present moment.
In the documentary, they said you were drinking and doing weed and you felt, okay, I can drink in moderation and do weed. And Elton says, no, Demi, I'm sorry, but you cannot drink and do weed because every habit, especially some smokers will go, I could have 1 or 2 cigarettes a day. No, you can, by the end of the year, you'll be up to a pack.
Right.
So now you've stopped everything because Elton was right? Oh, you're completely sober.
Yeah. So I didn't stop everything because he's right. I had to learn it on my own.
Right.
And what happened was I was smoking so much weed and taking edibles, sometimes 300 milligrams at a time. Just an unhealthy level. There's like this thing called dabbing. And I was dabbing from the moment I woke up to the moment I fell asleep. And all I did was replace my addiction with something that I thought was safer.
Right.
And it threw me into this deep depression where, I put on a bunch of weight because I was just smoking and eating, and I was hiding in my room, not wanting to go outside because I didn't want anyone to see me. And I
not
picked
see
up,
you because of the weight, or
the weight, and also just like this profound sadness that I felt because I wasn't experiencing life. What happened is I ultimately was in this walking coma where I wasn't feeling any pain, but I also wasn't feeling any joy.
Right.
I wasn't. Now when I laugh and have belly laughs and there's tears streaming down my face, like, it feels so much more rewarding than when I would laugh while I was high.
Yeah.
And I don't really know why that is, but I think it's just because I'm more present. And smoking led me back to, and drinking led me back to other substances. And so I ended up going back into treatment in November of 2021. And abstinence has been the key for me.